This is a little show called Here We Go, where each week I will try to rank and tier a different topic. And since it's October and it's the spooky season, and if you grew up in the 90s, Goosebumps was a massive part of your childhood, like mine, then you should know exactly what to expect here. So yeah, I'm going to attempt to rank every single Goosebumps, original run Goosebumps cover, not those re-release garbage or the European ones that are completely different. Only the US releases, and hopefully this is all of them, because this is all that's on this tier list that somebody made, and I'm not going to add more if there are more. So this is where we're going to be at. And I went ahead and pulled up another site that has every Goosebumps cover in high definition. So if I want to really inspect one of these a little more, and I'm going to attempt to scientifically, once and for all, objectively rank every single original Goosebump cover. There will be no mistakes here. Whatever is decided by the end of this stream is going to be the gospel. I just realized one of my lights is off. That's why it's so dark in here. The criteria is what looks the coolest. Or it could be like a nostalgia factor. There's a lot of things that could meet the criteria until we get to each one. Because some of these I might not even remember. Some of these definitely hit the nostalgia thing, though. All right. We're starting with, I think this is something, I think it's Bad Hair or something, or Hair Raise. I don't remember what it's called. Let's see. Yeah, My Hairiest Adventure. I knew it was something like that. So this is a solid D tier. Come on, man. Come on. I mean, does anybody like this? You guys in the chat are welcome to disagree with anything I see, but this is probably, this might be dead last. Actually, there's another one. There's a couple that are going to maybe be worse, but this one's... All right, this one, I don't actually remember what this one is, so let's find it. Okay, it's this one, The Haunted School. I mean, it's got the cool 90s colors, but it's pretty boring. In terms of Goosebumps covers, it's not the best. It's not the worst. I'll put it in C. All right, now this next one definitely, it came from under the sink, I think it's called, definitely hits on that nostalgia play. This one's tough because I want to put it high, but I think objectively it's not that great of a cover. The monster looks cool. I think I'm going C, high C. Oh, don't go to sleep. This one's okay. Still, we're starting off with some of the weaker ones here. I'm going to put this also in C. It's a little bit better than the locker one. Alright, Snowman, I don't really need to look at a full resolution, but I'll pull it up anyway. This one right here is one of the ones I'm talking about. God awful. And yeah, I'm not rating these on the books themselves either. This is just the cover. I don't see... Oh, there it is. Okay. Beware the Snowman. Yeah, this one's just boring. He's got a heart of cold. There's not a lot of color to it. This is D. It's better than this one, though. But it's still D. Oh, this Tower Terror. Tower Terror is pretty good. The book is better than the cover, though. And I'm trying not to let the books or the episodes factor into the covers at all. This is kind of cool. It's going to be a long Long night. Now, why do they... I don't understand that. Long night. Am I missing some type of pun? This one's fine. God, that guy's got some hairy arms and legs. again, it's just kind of, maybe it's the fact that I'm seeing these in HD and not on a shiny reflective book cover that they don't look as good. I'm gonna go C tier. This one right here, I don't even need, I've never seen this. I don't need to pull it up, but I'm gonna look at it anyway because I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, be careful what you wish for. God, man, how does some of these covers look so bad and then some of them are so good? This is dreadful. All right, that's going down here. It's a little better than Hair Boy. Go Eat Worms, I think. Yeah, Go Eat Worms. I mean, I like the colors on this one. I thought the story in this one was stupid, but I'm not gonna let that. I'm not gonna let that change anything. I kind of like the colors. They look like plastic worms, which I think in the book they actually were. It was a prank. It was like fish lure worms. Yeah, I'll put that in B. It's pretty good. All right, this one might be our first A or S tier. This is, it's definitely one that I loved. I loved the episode on this one too. Welcome to Camp Nightmare. Camp Dread, Camp Nightmare. I mean, this is sick. Look at that. Some type of swamp creature. You got the tent. All right, this is not quite S, but that's A tier. Oh, this is probably my favorite one. I'm going ahead and putting it in S, but we'll pull it up anyway. A Ghost Camp. Man, the colors, the lightning in the background. This was like one of the creepiest covers. When you see it, you're like, what is this book about? This is S tier. One of my favorite covers. And especially when you see it on a book, like a shiny, glossy book cover. Oh, it looks so good. I had this book and I would still pick it up every time I went in Walmart just to look at the cover. And this is gonna be S tier too. This might be number one overall objectively. I like Ghost Camp better for the nostalgia, but from a visual standpoint, I think Welcome to Horrorland might be the best cover in the whole series. That's why it's crazy. You see something like that hair guy, and then you look at this one, and you're like, this can't be the same artist. I mean, look at that. You got the amusement park in the background. Enter if you dare. You got the monster there holding the sign. Ugh, everything about this book. The color scheme. It's good. It's good. This is probably the best cover in the series. I always liked this one a lot. Ghost Beach. It's right there with Camp Nightmare. This is another one that's just lots of detail, lots of character. Tells you kind of what to expect. No swimming, no surfing, no haunting. It's a beach that's haunted. Ghost Beach. Pretty colors. It's kind of peaceful, which is what I always kind of liked about it. It's kind of like tranquil. All right, Say Cheese and Die. This whole series for Say Cheese and Die is going to be... This might be Say Cheese and Die Again. I think the Say Cheese and Die, the one with the grill is Say Cheese and Die Again, I think. Yeah, no, this is Say Cheese and Die. So I had it backwards. So the other one, Say Cheese and Die Again, is the one we're ranking now. Where's it at? Yeah, this one's really cool. This is A tier. You got the skeleton doggy. And we're going to go ahead and make a tier below called... Alright, and we're going to go ahead and throw this guy down there, this guy down here, and this guy down here. I think it's the Curse of Camp Cold Lake. Yeah, that one's cool. That's a solid A. Got the Spooky Forest, Spooky Swamp. Then this one, the Werewolf of Fever Swamp. This will always be S tier for me just because of the colors. There we go. Werewolf of Fever Swamp. Oh, so pretty. The book sucked. The episode sucked. But the cover, that's what I'm talking about. By the way, that does not look like a werewolf at all. That is just a wolf. This one, I want to put an S tier because of nostalgia. Here we go. How I Got My Shrunken Head. Look at that. I love it. I never read this book, never saw. I don't think they ever made an episode on it because I don't know how you even would. It's probably like too grotesque for a kid's show. Maybe they did. I don't know. This was the first Goosebumps book I ever got, and I never read it. I just like the cover. So on that alone, it's going to A tier. This is one of the dumber ones. Oh yeah, the blob that ate everyone. Now, I do like the amount of detail in like the cars and the bicycles and like the washing machine, the mailbox. There's a ton of little cool details in this part. And this thing just looks disturbing, which I guess is a good thing. I can't believe they put this in kids' libraries. It's very offensive. But the art is good. I'm going to put it in B. It'd be nice if it was like a gallery that I could click on them so I didn't have to keep scrolling. This one, yeah, I like this. This is cool. This is almost S tier. This is like high A. Both of these are like right next to each other. They just have so much character. They're silly while also giving off a creepy vibe. All right, this guy, I know Evan, my cousin Evan, likes this cover for some reason because I talked to him about it. But for me, and I think it's probably because of how disturbing it is. Like, I guess if you're on the creepiness of it, it's probably like high up there because it's just so uncanny valley. It's so weird. Ugh, I don't like it. I mean, I guess if Tim Jacobs did a good job of making it uneasy, that thing got some choppers on it. I don't know. I'm sorry, Evan, but I can't put this higher than a C. I don't like looking at it. Like, this one's called Werewolf Skin, I think. Yeah, Werewolf Skin. This is another one, just has a cool cover. Terrifying werewolf mask inside. What? I need to know about that. I need to look that up. Is that like for real, or is that part of the book advertisement? Like, is that pertain to the story, or is this like a real thing they were giving away? Hey, there's a mask inside. I can't imagine there would be a werewolf mask inside of a book. How would that work? I'm gonna have to research this. Yeah, it's fine. The colors are a little dull. I'll put it in B. I mean, I guess it could be C with the rest of these. Curse of the Mummy, I believe this one's called. There we go. I think it's just a cool cover. Especially, yeah, I mean, we're looking at it like desaturated almost. These pictures are almost like desaturated. When you add the gloss of the cover that they were on, they were so much more vibrant. You almost need to put like a vivid setting on to see what they really looked like. High B for me. I'll put it in A with these. Nah, I'll keep it in B. Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes, I'm already going to put up high, but I do want to look at it to see how high I want it. I love the colors of this one. Yeah, one of the better episodes of the show as well. Yeah, you got the flamingos there. Yeah, I like this. I like this. This one's also very nostalgic for me. I think this is A. That's the thing about this show, or these covers, it's like there's a ton of like A and S tier, and then there's a bunch of like really bland or crappy ones. Right about here. All right, the first Haunted Mask is a good cover. It's in the B. But the second, the Haunted Mask 2, right here. Man, I love that. That just gives you, it just makes me feel like Halloween. This is like one of those very, very fall Halloween pictures that just puts you right in the headspace for Halloween. So for that reason alone, I think it's S tier. Scarecrow Walks at Midnight is probably my favorite story. The cover's really good too. It's a little dull on the colors, which is the only reason I'm not putting it higher. All right. Yeah, this one always creeped me out. The cover always creeped me out. If it had a little more vibrance in the sky, it would be higher, but I still think it's one of the creepier covers. So for that, it's going to stay high. In the, I think I'm going to move it down to B. Welcome to Dead House. And this is another one that just gives off You know, if you look close, there's lots of cool details. Like you got the little guy in the window here. It's another one of those things that kind of just, it definitely hits that eerie feeling. But I know a lot of people consider this the best cover in the series. I think it's a little dull. And I think the house could be creepier. It doesn't look that creepy. I'm going to put it in B. Bottom of B tier. Right now I'm just kind of throwing everything in the tiers, and then I'll go back and try to rank them. All right, this is one of the Night of the Living Dummies. I think this is like the third one. Well, I don't think. It definitely is the best cover of the Slappy trilogy. Still don't think it's that great. It's better than the other Night of the Living Dummies, but it's not that great. I'll put it in B. Bottom of B. All right, it came from the basement. This one's tough because in a way it's kind of a really cool cover because of how much detail is on the hand. All right, Stay Out of the Basement. Yeah, that hand looks pretty good. This is also one of those really nostalgic covers that looks a lot better on the cover in person when you have that sheen to it. I think it's B, high B. Yeah, this one's weird because yeah. In some ways I like this one. I don't know, for me it's C. Which there's still some good ones in C. It's not like C is bad. C is average. B is good. A is excellent. S is best in the series. Oh, You Can't Scare Me. That's what it's called. I remember now. This one was a pretty good episode. And the cover's pretty creepy. This is another one I feel like would benefit from seeing it in person. Here it's just way too flat. I don't know. I think it's in this mush over here. Where you at? There you are. They're like velociraptors. I don't know what they are in the book, but they look like dinosaurs. I like this one. This one's goofy. This is A for me. Yeah, Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. This one's just a more boring version of the other one. So wherever I put the other one, oh, it's in B. So this one's a good bit behind it. It's somewhere in C. I'll go through and rank them later, but for now, I'm dropping it in C. Oh, The Ghost Next Door. I think this one's kind of boring. It's like C. It's right along this guy. Yeah, How I Learned to Fly. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a kid? These birds are kind of creepy looking. I like some things, I like some parts of this. Again, the colors are just too washed out. Even I don't think the cover would help this one. It's just too dull. And look, I know I'm rating a bunch of these based on their color palette, but when I think Goosebumps and 90s, I think vibrant, like loud colors. So that's what I've come to expect. So anything less than is kind of a letdown. I'm throwing it somewhere in this C tier. Like I said, there's gonna be a lot that are just average, and that's what C is, average. Egg Monsters from Mars. This was another one that I always really liked the cover too, because in person it looks a lot better. I think it's kind of cool. It has some character. I like the green egg. It's different. Like I said, vibrant colors, big for me when I'm rating these. I'll put it in B. It's not amazing, but it's good, which is what B is. It has the colors that I like. Oh, this is another one. Night of the Jack-o'-lanterns, I think it's called. That's one of those, man, it just makes me think of Halloween. I mean, obviously, it's a bunch of jack-o'-lanterns. It evokes the feeling of Halloween really good. All right, Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns. Put one head in front of the other. Oh, man, this takes me back. There's nothing more I wanted when I was a kid or when I was like a preteen, than to like go trick-or-treating with a big group of people that were just as into Halloween as I was, because none of my friends really cared about it. I didn't have a giant group of friends anyway, So when I saw stuff like this, I was like, God, man, that's the dream. Even to this day, when I see movies and TV shows where it's a big group of people trick-or-treating and they're all really into it in costumes and stuff, I'm like, oh, I want to do that. This one's A for me. Yeah, that feels good. All right, this one, it looks a lot better in person. I remember that. But I also never really cared that much about it. So when you're younger, it's you're not gonna pick up the back, and most kids aren't. You're not picking up the back and reading the synopsis. You're looking at the cover and you're like, all right, I want this one. And this was never one of the ones that I picked up and wanted to buy. So from a marketing standpoint, I think it's a little underwhelming. It's going in this mush of C. Yeah, Monster Blood 4. This one's kind of dumb. It reminds me of Rocko's Modern Life for some reason. It definitely has a 90s cartoon feel, which is kind of cool. I think this is a D. Alright, Cuckoo Clock of Doom. Yeah, that's pretty sick. You got the bright colors, the cool grandfather clock. Yeah. This is a good one. This is high B for me. A shocker on Shock Street. I do like this guy. Big old praying mantis. I think it's not that great. I'll throw it in C. Alright, Vampire Breath. Open wide and say, mouthwash. I don't think it's that good. It's better than D. It's in C, but it's like low C. It's average. This is another one where that thing just looks grotesque. And man, these colors are nice. You got the nice basement. I like this one a lot. This guy is real gross. Talk about a monster nightmare. Am I right, guys? That's hard. I think this is A for me. Somewhere in this mishmash. Yeah, Attack of the Mutant. At least it has the colors going for it. It's pretty bright. But I always just thought it's a Batman ripoff. Like, look at it. It just looks like Batman. This is going in C for me. Well, I think it's... Honestly, I'm putting it in D. I like this one. It's kind of cool. You got the 90s green ooze that was everywhere. This one's high for me. I remember the ooze being very vibrant and shiny on the book cover. So I'm putting it B. No Deep Trouble. I do remember the book looking a lot nicer because these things really popped out on the book cover. This is B. It's better than C. Alright, we already looked at this. The first Night of the Living Dummy I think is bad. I even think the second one's bad. It has the colors, but that's all it has. The artwork looks kind of bad. Yeah, I mean... No, I mean that bed looks dumb. Yeah, that's staying in D. I think it's better than the first one. Well, actually, I think the first one's a little creepier. I like the lighting. It's going in that group of C. Very average. This one's like cool. It reminds me of Monsters Inc. Step 1, run. Step 2, run faster. I like how furry the guy looks. Man, I'm throwing it in C. This one's pretty good. Now you see him, now you don't. It's one of the more, as far as art goes, one of the better art of the covers. It looks a lot more adult than the rest of them. It's better than C, I think. Yeah, it's better than these. It's in the B somewhere. Alright, Legend of Legend, we already talked about. I think it's stupid. It's going in D. Piano Lessons Can Be Murder. I'm pretty sure this one's called. Yeah, I'm good. I think this one's stupid. Yeah, it's too boring. Let's go in D. Alright, Phantom of the Megaplex, I think this is called. No, Phantom of the Auditorium. I think Phantom of the Megaplex was a Disney movie. A Disney original movie. I think this one's stupid. It's too boring. It's somewhere over here. This one is awful. I don't know what it's called, but man, it's bad. It's so boring. This is almost WTF, yeah. Yep, Monster Blood 2. This one's dumb. D. Oh, my best friend is invisible. That poor cat looks deeply disturbed. Not seeing is believing. I mean, this one has so much potential, and I think this cover just drops the ball. Everything looks... One thing I've noticed about Tim Jacobs' covers is he makes everything... Every point of view is like distorted. It's like looking through a fisheye, which works really well for some things, but then stuff like this, it just looks dumb. I mean, for me, that's a D. The Girl Who Cried Monster. This picture always disturbed me. I think that guy is so weird looking. His hands are bigger than his head. That's D. Beast from the East. I always thought this one was dumb. The colors are weird. They're like vibrant, but not in a good way. It's just very... The colors clash. I'm putting it in D. Alright, this stupid one, whatever it's called, I don't remember. Here we go. Chicken. God, that's awful. Looks like Alice Cooper. This is like the second worst cover in the series. I guess that one's a little worse. Oh, Deep Trouble 2. I didn't know they made a second one. Is that fish flying? This is unfortunate because I think the background is really good and this fish just ruins it. It's D. Yeah, I never liked this one. He's no Easter bunny. A D for me. Alright, now we have the task of ordering these guys. We're figuring it out right now. This is it. The definitive ranking of original US Goosebump covers. Welcome to Horrorland is the best Goosebumps cover of all time. Followed by Ghost Camp, Haunted Mass 2, Night of the Jack-O-Lanterns, It Lives in the Basement, Say Cheese and Die, Say Cheese and Die Again, Werewolf of Fever Swamp, Ghost Camp, The Curse of Camp Cold Lake, Curse of Camp Nightmare, I believe, Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes, How I Got My Shrunken Head, that rounds out your A tier. Your B tier is Haunted Mask, Cuckoo Clock of Doom, Let's Get Invisible, Monster Blood 2, Calling All Creeps, I believe this is Revenge of the Mummy, Scarecrow Walks at Midnight, this is Don't Go in the Basement, I believe, Egg Monsters from Mars, Dead House, something about the Blob, Deep Trouble, Go Eat Worms. That rounds out your B tier. Your C tier is kind of where all your average middle of the road ones are going to get thrown together. I believe this is Werewolf Skin, It Came From Under the Sink. This is Haunted School or Ghost School, something like that. Curse of Camp Jelly Jam. I believe that's Don't Look Under the Bed or something like that. Or It Came From Under the Bed. The Ghost Next Door, I believe. How I Learned to Fly. You Can't Scare Me. The Headless Ghost. Night of the Living Dummy 3. This one is How to Kill a Monster. Shocker on Shock Street. This is Monster Blood 3, I believe. A Night in Terror Tower. That's what it's called. Night in Terror Tower. This one was something about a monster. I don't know. This one I believe is Curse of the Mummy. Vampire Breath. The Abominable Snowman of Pasadena. Bad Hair Day. Attack of the Mutant. Night of the Living Dummy 1. Night of the Living Dummy 2. Legend of the Lost Legend. Phantom of the Auditorium. This one is... don't remember. My Best Friend's Invisible. Something about a snowman. This is Monster Blood 2 or... no. Beast from the East. Be Careful What You Wish For. Deep Trouble 2. Piano Lessons Can Be Murder in the D tier. And then the WTF tier for covers that are just so bad. You have Chicken, so the barking ghost. I don't remember. I refuse to remember. And then this one I think is called How I Became Afraid of Bees or something like that, just because I just looked at it. But that's it. Unquestionably, undebatable, scientifically determined, based on one man's scientific research and opinion, with some slight conference with chat. But let's be honest, I didn't take a lot of what they said into consideration because I know best here. So this is it. Keep an eye out on the scholastics.com or whatever it is, because I'm sure they're gonna but yeah, don't message me or say I'm wrong or anything, because it's end of the story. This is it. And that's basically it for this episode. But anyway, that's it for the stream today. So, yeah. Good night, everybody.